Hello viewers, I'm Shalini Bindra and I follow Ricky Chadha Astro Healer on YouTube. Thank you.
Hello friends. Of lately, you have been experiencing some very intense emotional trauma in your love life with your partner. If that is the case, then let's look at something which is going to happen on the 27th of this month, October. Hello, this is Ricky Chadha from Astro Healer, and I wish to bring in front of you a topic, a transit of a planet which represents in your chart love, romance, artistic ability, showmanship. This planet, as you all know, is a planet called Venus. Venus on the 27th of October and right up till the 2nd of November shall be at a point called the Gandanta point. Now, what is a Gandanta point? We all know that a sign, each sign, or we call as Rashi, is stretched to 30 degrees, 0 to 30 degrees. When it reaches its last point, that's what we call the cusp or the edge, at 29 degrees, and until it reaches the next sign 1 degree, that zone, that particular zone is known as Gandanta point, but not in all signs. Only, let me explain you, only when the previous sign and the next sign happens to be water to fire. Now this is a chart in front of you. This is Aries, and start counting all the signs up till here. The first Gandanta point you will always see is Ashwini, because the previous sign is a water-based sign and the last Padha, the last nakshatra is Revati. So from Revati, when you enter into Ashwini, that is Mercury to Ketu. It's always Mercury to Ketu, and it is always water to fire. This particular knot, I would say, or a threshold is known as a Gandanta point. Now, why is it so important? See, Gandamul nakshatra, we always say, is a nakshatra which is a very difficult nakshatra. Also understand, this happens, the entry from water to fire happens in the 4th house, 8th house and the 12th house. All these are known as a moksha karak houses. Right? Now, whenever, it's not about Venus, any planet, when it goes from the Gandanta point, you will see a very intense change in your character depending on the planet. So we have Revati, Ashwini, then we have another water sign, Cancer. In Cancer, the last nakshatra is Aslesha to Magha, and then again a water-based sign, Scorpio, from Jesta to Mula. And today we are going to discuss about Venus. Currently is into the sign of into the nakshatra of Jesta, which will happen to just touch the nakshatra Mula. Now, what will happen on the from the 27th right up till 2nd November, until when Venus is going to be in the zone of Gandamul. See, Venus is a planet of love and art, artistic ability. Gandanta zone is between a zodiac sign and also a nakshatra where there is a complete drastic shift. This is a crossover. This is a crossover. It's like crossing a border, crossover that occurs at the cusp or at the edge from water sign to a fire sign. It normally makes a very turbulent period. So if you are in love, if you are in romance, if you are with a partner, you will see a very turbulent period between the 27th and the 2nd of November. Now, we need to understand what Jyeshtha Nakshatra and Mula Nakshatra represents. See, Jyeshtha is a very sharp nakshatra. Okay? Mula is a very sharp nakshatra because it is represented by Ketu. Whereas if you look at the sign Scorpio, Scorpio is a very intense sign. And Jyeshtha is a nakshatra ruled by Mercury. Why do we call the nakshatra Jyeshtha? Jyeshtha means somebody who is elderly at your place. The one who who can bless you, supervise you, guard you, and sort of. So you have been playing a role. If you are whether you are a male or a female, you are guarding against. You are trying to create a niche for your lover, but the lover is feeling very uncomfortable because you are too possessive, you are too protective, and the other person may not be liking it. This is what has been happening now, and this will become more after 27th of October. Now, when it goes to Sagittarius in Dhanu Rashi, this Rashi, unlike the previous, is more adventurous, more into action, has got more, it is ruled by Jupiter. It wants to expand. And Mula Nakshatra, you have to understand, all the Ganda Mula Nakshatra is a very moksha Nakshatra. It is the root. Mula means root. So what can you expect out of this? See, I have got few points over here. As I explained to you, that Jyeshtha Nakshatra is something of providing protection and taking charge. But Mula Nakshatra on the other side, you will see it's a very detached Nakshatra. So all of a sudden you will feel that you are detached to someone. All this time you were waiting, oh, he has not called me, he has not spoken to me, there are no messages coming, and that used to put you into a lot of pressure. Now you will be like, okay, forget about it. Even if the message doesn't come. Because now Mula Nakshatra is taking charge, it's keeping you grounded now. Now Venus, when it moves from the sign of Scorpio, which is a very secretive sign, okay, it's investigation, secretive, it's moving into the next nakshatra, which is a very otherworldly nakshatra, thinking on a very divine level. And this side is totally different from the previous nakshatra. So you may start, or you may realize, or you may even witness that your lover, okay, is behaving out of his character in his relationship. Very much different. And you yourself also is not the regular you. Or if you were having just an infatuation, or it was very superficial, you will get into a very introspective mood. Am I really loving the person? Am I really on this path? Mula is going to guide you now. Also, your lover friend, the one who loves you or you love the other person, is going to act very oddly during this period from 27 to the 2nd of November. Please remember that. And you will start feeling as if you are being tested, or you are giving or taking an examination. And you will not be able to read the situation and you will be in a continuous stress and trying to understand why these things are happening. A very strange vibes is coming from the other person, and you will feel the pressure. And then all of a sudden you will see that you have shifted. When this nakshatra will shift, that you have adapted. You have adapted to the way the other person is behaving. See, you may be very open, or you know open to being guarded by the other person, and also you're very close to that lover. I see that the quality time that you were asking for, and the other person couldn't give you. Now Mula Nakshatra is going to teach you don't be so intense. Try to understand why the person is busy. He's not been able to give you the. So it is like somebody who's teaching you that go to the root and understand. Don't be superficial in love. If you are connected to someone, then the base, the foundation has to be very pure. That's what we always say, give space to your partner and then everything will be fine. And now, Venus, the planet of romance, is getting into a very spiritual sign, spiritual nakshatra also. And Ketu, the planet of detachment, will detach you, but does not mean that it is trying to cut the cords. It is trying to tell you that you have to detach from something. That does not mean that you are going to break off from the relationship. It's going to be a setback for you. No. It's just that the Ketu is trying to tell you it's okay, you are in love. But try to understand there's something beyond that also. That is something that's going to happen right between this time zone of 27th of October right up till 2nd of November, after which you will see that Venus is now in Sagittarius, and I'll be making a video where I'll explain to you now what is Venus going to behave for each lagna, for each Rashi in the sign of Sagittarius. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you understood what I'm trying to tell you, especially for people who are into love, romance and so on. If you did like this video, give it a like, click on the notification bell icon as well. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't still. Thank you.